You have.
What makes it separate? Rules not clearly defined in a football. Does a forward and a defender have diametrically opposite rules? No, man, I don't understand what you're saying. You are telling me that Brian Lara and Courtney Walsh are not playing two separate roles on the cricket field? You have all around that Lara could be the next Sobers. Hold on, Lara could be Sobers we can bowl to, you know. No, me not understand. Why the difference in a cricket though? That more want you to tell me. All right. So in you, hold on, you're saying in basketball. So we can understand where you are saying basketball because five I know everybody attack,
Yeah,
everybody
everybody
defend.
defend.
So but what about football? When me play forward and you are the goalkeeper, no matter how good I am as a forward,
Yes.
you the goalkeeper have to do something. So really and truly is basketball and what?
But
Oh,
Pioneer,
okay.
but Pioneer, hold on a
Just
Pioneer.
narrow it down to
But
basketball.
Pauline, hold on, Pioneer. The last time we spoke, I said to you, you don't remember, you know. Well, I can understand the argument for basketball because if you are the very greatest of, yes, I did. I said if you're going to be the absolute very greatest of all time, it's five against five. At some stage, you're going to have good teammates. Then, because you can influence both ends every second you're on the court, pretty much, and you are the very best of them all, then you must at least can win one. Me say that you. No, I'm understanding now why you can't say, listen. No, I'm not conceding anything. I'm saying I can understand. Yes. Irrelevant, my boss. Irrelevant, my boss. No. Um, yeah, they all would have at least two. Mm. No, I don't have him up there. No, but let me tell you why I don't have James Harden in high regards. It's not about the title that he doesn't have. It's about his performance when it matters most. It no matter I pursue what I want you to No, every no they play to win. No, no everybody play to win in a Pioneer. But I'm saying to you, yeah, yeah, man. All right, yes. No, man. I won't leave out anything. Yes, yes, yeah, yes. In trying to help his team to win. Yes, yes, yes.
Here's one more I know, gentlemen. Because this argument I hear it long time. No, but I want to narrow. You said, all right.
Yes. Yeah, continue quickly. Yes, 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 yes. No, man, not when it matters most. Yep. But that's not the same with. Yes. Mm-hmm. You're trying to be slick, though, you know.
That's why I want to sort what the mood is.
Yeah, you're trying to be slick.
Here's my question, Pioneer. Can I be better than you The word better me I use. If you have titles that I may have none. Okay, so hold on. That's why I say me want a definition of the words. Are you greater than me? If me better than you, are you greater than me or you have a greater career than me? Mm. Do you is there a difference between a great player and a great career? Is there a distinction to be made? Well, so what may I tell you? If you agree that I can be better than you, but your career is greater than mine, so that's the moment at the argument. As long as you accept that me can be a better player than you without the titles, me want make that distinction. I can. All right. Can I be a greater player than you without the titles? All right. All right.
Then that way as a
that way I say.
pioneer. So you concede.
Simple. Me rest my case. You
Yeah,
get,
man.
you get to say exactly what I said.
I have Carmelo in top 12 all time. No, it can't be about a lead dog to a pioneer. Let me tell you why it is unfair, pioneer. Because the lead dog won nothing without Scottie Pippen. So when Scottie Pippen came and helped the lead dog, you want to use Scottie Pippen help now to elevate the lead dog. It's not right. You want to use Scottie
But why
Pippen's
are we
help.
arguing with Pioneer who say you can be
Be
greater
greater.
than
Well,
me
well,
without
him don't say
titles? Him
sorry.
already agree.
Yeah, I'm already agree. You can be greater.
I can be a greater player than you even though you have titles I mean have none.
You already admit. You already conceded that.
Then that way then
Yeah, but me have Carmelo in my top 12. No, no man, Kevin Durant. But Kevin Durant in my top 10. No, Steph Curry in my top 10 as well. No, man, it's irrelevant, no, man. No, man, what's man? Yeah, but that was before, but that's before 2022, though. No, man, listen, no, man. Steph Curry was, no. Listen to what I said to you. Listen up, hold on, a pioneer, man. No, man, let me set the record. Let me set the record straight, pioneer, before you speak. Before 2022, I don't believe that Steph Curry had the dominance in an NBA final to be. He was so in 2022. I saw that and I said, "Boy, I can't argue against Steph Curry now. Top 10. Yeah, that top. Good, sir. Top. No, no, man. You have it wrong. You have it wrong. Your memory slipping as usual. Your memory slipping, pioneer. But you don't admit to us that you can be greater and you have no titles. No, but at the same for the same. Emigrate. We don't understand what pioneer I say. What is that now? Mm-hmm. That he was the goat. Yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Let me ask that question. Yes. No, but Pine. Mm, Why? No, why you saying that's dishonest though?
Here's the thing, I want to find. Because a lot of them arguments about greatness in a football come down to outfield players. Messi and Maradona and Pele. Can you be the greatest goalkeeper of all time? Good. No. Can the greatest goalkeeper of all time not win a title? No. Listen to the question.
Yeah, because we define them different.
Can you be the greatest, the GOAT of goalkeeping? Can we accept a goalkeeping and outfield player a separate skill?
Yeah.
Can you be the GOAT goalkeeper? Can you be regarded as the greatest man ever keep goal without win World Cup? Don't talk.
Pioneer. All right, so stop. Let me stop laugh. Yes. Let me stop laugh. All right, go ahead. All right. Go on, man. Talk. Yes.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Goalkeeper.
No, sir, Pioneer. That's ridiculous. You're using a man, the goat, my boss. And your teammate determine if you're winning or not. You win a Pioneer. You say Al Maradona won't talk about me, them talk about Maradona this morning. I pass the ball to two people and them score, my boss. Yeah, but if they did miss him, would I lose? Or you gonna make him less of a player now? You can't make him less of a player because the man them miss, my boss. No, Pioneer, man. When Michael Jordan passed to Steve Kerr missed Michael Jordan lose. So I'm teammates, I'm gonna make him the GOAT then? But you can't use him teammates to determine if he's the GOAT, my boss. Use his skill set and his dominance as an individual, my boss. No, and I'm saying to you, the teammates helped him.
What Pioneer says is that the quality of what you are saying, Pioneer, you're telling me that the quality of a pass dependent on whether the pass scored or not. I'm not agree.
Yeah.
No, me can know that this pass
was a world pass,
whether the man scored the ball or not.
No, man, come. You can't. But you can't use him teammates scoring to determine if he's the greatest of all time or not.
Pioneer,
big up yourself.
Big up. The break catch you and we have to go just.
Yeah, man.
Big up yourself.
Are you ready for something mega?
Spend $6,500 or more before GCT, drop your entry in the box and you can win a 2025 Hyundai Tucson. It's the Mega Wheels Tour promotion, April 5th to September 28th. Second prize, a $50,000 shopping spree every month for a year. Third prize, a $30,000 shopping spree every month for a year. Brought to you by Hyundai, Red Stripe, Heineken, True Milk, Grace, Walker's Wood, Downing, CPJ Daiquiri, and Carry Burst. Choose Concentrate. Only at Megamart. Locations island-wide. Megamart, best value by far. Authorized under Section 58.3 of the Betting, Gaming, and Lotteries Act.
It's now time for Sports in a Minute, sponsored by EdgeChem, Western Sports, Megamart, Spectrum Insurance Brokers, D'Angelo Auto Spares and Accessories Limited, and Fosrich.
Chelsea striker Nicholas Jackson has been given a too-much ban for his red card in Friday's 3-1 World Club Cup defeat by Flamengo. Jackson was dismissed for just 4 minutes after coming on as late substitute for a studs up challenge on Flamengo defender Lucas Arton. The Senegal forward was given an automatic one-game ban that rules him out of tonight's final group game against Africa's side, Tunis. But FIFA disciplinary committee reviewed the incident and decided to extend the ban as it was deemed serious foul play, meaning Jackson will miss Chelsea's last 16 match should they progress through to the knockout round. And that's your sports in a minute.
Sports in a Minute was sponsored by EdgeChem, changing lives 1 gallon at a time. Western Sports, the sports people. Megamart, best value by far. Spectrum Insurance Brokers, setting the industry standard. D'Angel Auto Spares and Accessories Limited at 20 Balmoral Avenue, Kingston 10, and shop number 10, 1A Chapelton Road. Call 876-929-9146. And Fosrich.
Listen up, Jamaica. At Fosrich, everybody's getting a solar water heater. $20,000 deposit. 6 months to pay. What a deal! Fosrich financing.
It's now time for Just Bet Winner's Edge, where we take a look at some of the top sporting events and betting odds on the Just Bet sports betting program and show you how to bet and win big with Just Bet. Sponsored by Just Bet, Jamaica's #1 sports betting game. From Supreme Ventures, offering the best betting odds and the fastest payouts on the market. Just Bet, your game, your passion. All right, Just Bet time. Jesse, are you there? Big up, my boss. Big up. Recovering from some ailment. Licked me down yesterday, wicked. Yes. Why the man sound like Dr. Jesse Blake this morning? Yeah? All right, bossy. I'll take your advice. But let us get to the business at hand, Dr. Jesse Blake. We're looking at a game. I'm very interested to hear how you will call this one because every other Jamaican have a view one way or the other. We're playing Panama in the Gold Cup later. How you see it going? Boy, this one is a difficult call. I don't think that Panama will beat Jamaica, but I don't think Jamaica will beat Panama. I'm sensing a one-all draw for this one, which means effectively that we would be out of the tournament. All right, so one-all for me. How much am I get for a one-all? Indeed. All right, so we're moving on to the FIFA Club World Cup Group G. Juventus plays against Manchester City. How do you see this one going? City 2-1 over Juventus sounds just about right. I'm not going to buck that trend or buck that thought of yours. I'm going with it. City to win 2-1 as well for me. All right, and we continue with the FIFA Club World Cup. This time we're going to Group H. Salzburg versus Real Madrid. This one should be pretty easy to call. Dr. Jesse Blake. Real to win by, well, I said this one going to be whopping. 4 goals to nil for me. All right, boss. The floor is yours to the break. All right, my boss, big up yourself, and with that, we take a break. That was the Just Bet Winner's Edge, sponsored by Just Bet, Jamaica's #1 sports betting game from Supreme Ventures, offering the best betting odds and the fastest payouts on the market.
Telephone number 876-335-0448 or 876-648-7192. Clean Concept at Gmail.
Greetings to you listeners. This is Reverend Ryan A. Gordon, Senior Pastor of the
Yes, man, we're good. Go on now. Yeah, man, very nice. Yes, but your line sound a little hollow, though, my boss. Yeah, I'm hearing you better now. What I mean by whether I'm a nice person, I'm good to people and have manners and him something. Ah,
Yes, man. Yes, indeed. Yes. Yeah, they try to start this Thursday.
somebody called the program when know you, I'm not going to tell you who. Them say them know who you are,
Yeah.
Is your last name Chambers by any chance? All right. Somebody know you, man. Somebody say you're a good youth for you. Say
Say
you're
a
a good
good
youth.
youth.
But I mean, I really know about that part. But the person say you're a good youth, your last name are Chambers and thing. Him tell me everything about you, man. Where you live and them something. Yes. Yes. Yeah, man, and him tell me say you love sports already. All right, cool. All right, so that was the man them called my youth. Um, the more I hear this thing about the more you win, you can't be considered a goat until you win. But there's an exception for cricket. Why would you make an exception for cricket? In the same way in cricket, you have largely defined roles. So Brian Lara can't be expected to bat and to bowl, although he can. There are things in cricket called all-rounders. Sobers was one, Callis was one, both of them were both bat and bowl. In football, you are more likely to become good at both arts than becoming a defender and a forward in one. Because cricket is more replete with all-rounded cricketers. So if Brian Lara wants to win cricket match, then go learn how to bowl like how Sobers them and both and them Imran Khan them and Richard Adley them go learn to bowl. It's a little bit more difficult though for Messi to be an outstanding goal scorer and creative player and still gonna be a great centre half because football has practically nobody like that. There isn't anybody in football, or certainly much fewer, that is an outstanding centre half and an outstanding creative goal scoring player. So it's less likely for Messi to impact a game both ways than it is for Lara, because there are more all-rounders in cricket than great. So if we're not going to excuse it for Lara, then excuse it for Messi as well.
And Maradona and Pele and these people.
Exactly. So same like how the argument can be, we cannot expect Lara to bat and bowl. Well, you can't expect a great centre-half and a great goal scorer at the same time. More all-rounders in cricket than that animal will not have. So if cricket is different, football must be different. Now I get the basketball argument.
Yeah.
Little bit down there, and everybody attack, everybody defend. So Lara cannot be the GOAT by that argument. None at all. In this, if Messi, because what they are saying is that you must not only be great, but you must help your colleagues to be great. If the man Maradona never scored in the World Cup final, and some other people.
You can imagine if the man had missed those chances.
That
Then Maradona would not.
Maradona no less great than a man.
Joke argument.
Still would have been the best footballer me. And his brilliance on the field would not be affected if he passed to you and you keep
miss.
with the back.
And Germany win. It
But
can't be. After all this dominance and this man, him goatness come down to now the man putting the ball at the back of net in the World Cup final.
No.
That is not intelligent reasoning, people.
All right, make we go back. What you said, my boss? All right, hello.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, man. Yes, sir. Yeah. The bowler doesn't have a position. You sure that is what I said? I said there's no feeling position called bowler. Good, sir. No feeling position that's called bowler. Good. In other words, when a man says, what's your favorite position to feel? You can't say bowler. Yes. 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 The position is not called bowler. When him a bowl, there's no feeling position called bowler, my boss. Yes, in other words, if somebody were to ask me which position do I prefer fielding, and if I said bowler, I would be dead wrong. Yeah. So nobody. Yes. I'm bowling mark, man. It's not a fielding position. Why you keep asking more if the bowler have a bowling? But my argument was about it's not a fielding position. So unless you're asking about fielding position. But it's not a fielding position. So what are you? So that it is bowling marker. It's not a fielding marker. It's not a fielding position. So when the bowler put on him marker at the top of him mark, is a fielding position that? Then me never say no in bowling position, my boss. Me say it's not a fielding position. Good, sir. If a man lick it back pan him, do him, I go feel it, you know. But his position is, that position is not called, there's no position called bowler. It's bowling mark. Yeah, ask me the same question. It's not a fielding position, my boy. Good, sir. All right.
All right, so
The break.
yeah, but the break is here. The break is here. So we'll take the break. Music, and we're coming back.
For financial news and the latest developments in the business community and economy, Financially Speaking is the top choice. Join me, your host Errol Gregory, Mondays and Wednesdays at 12:30 p.m. as we look at current economic issues, provide small business tips, and help you to build your business and portfolios. That's Financially Speaking, sponsored by Jamaica Stock Exchange, JSC Online Trading.
It is your right to know what you want. Information at your fingertips. It's for the man in the streets, for those in business. Information for everybody. No one has it, so you can use it to develop your community. Your right to know information at your fingertips.
A message from the Access to Information Unit.
So refreshing. What's so refreshing, Sonia? The water is refreshing. Try it now. Where you get that from? Not clean manufacturing water. So refreshing. Me like it. Clean water. Located at 20 Syndham Commercial, Old Harbour, Spanish Town, St. Catherine. Telephone number 876-335-0448 or 876-648-7192. Or email cleanconcept@gmail.com.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and number one daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
All right, time now for selection numero uno, brought to you by Edge Campaigns of People Who Dream in Color. This one is from Sandra Brooks. I wonder if Sandra Brooks and I are related. My grandfather is Brooks, you know. Bibbs was Brooks before she got married. Brooks turn Higgins. Sometimes I wonder if I'm my father in my family, because the grandfather is Brooks. Anyway, Did You Stop to Pray by Sandra Brooks.
Jesus is coming again. I know he has promised in his words long time ago. He will come again to take all of them that are washed and made white as snow. Where have you been to pray this morning? Did you need just one moment to say, this is what I said, give me comfort for my soul on this old weekend road. Did you just remember to pray? Yeah, give me comfort for my soul on this old wicked road. Did you just remember to pray? Yeah. Did you remember? Oh, did you just remember to pray? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, remember. Did you pray this morning? Did you pray this morning?
All right, so Did You Stop to Pray by Sandra Brooks. Like I said, could be a relative. Is Sandra Brooks living in Jamaica, you know? Like I said, the heritage is Brooks. And the grandmother was Sims, so maybe some Sims around a Sentan. A relative as well. Anyway, 6152841. Star, what do we do? We go back online. Hello. Hello. Yes. Yeah, man.
Wayne. Yes, I'm here, Wayne.
How are you doing? Mm-hmm. You know them time.
Yeah. Before champs.
Not as far as I know. Roller card pending.
Oh, when the meets were held over the last couple of months, didn't I hear them say they call some of the times world leading? They never say world leading pending. Yeah. I'm sure I heard the commentator saying a performance at Glen Mills meet. It was a world leading performance at the time. So how is it? Oh, you can get world leading, but you have to be pending for. Maybe the certification not as significant as they make it out to be, doing. Not as significant as you're making it out to be in terms of records and all of that. Because it's not a new stadium that was built, right? Yes. Yes. I don't think they are saying it in the way you're saying that. If we're building a entire new facility somewhere, then it may have been different. You follow? Yeah. Yes. But it would be good if they could get it officially done. But why are the J3s not putting some pressure on the people them to get it sorted out? Yeah, I don't understand. Yes. Yep.
Which stand back?
It's tomorrow?
It's tomorrow the test has started. I know me think say this Australian team is not as imposing as they once were. There's Steve Smith is injured, won't play. Manus get dropped. Manus and Steve Smith. Manus Labuschagne and Steve Smith. Yeah, Labuschagne get dropped for the first test, yeah, and Steve got a finger in. And these are two of them more experienced campaigners. Anything no can't, man. Think can't, you know. But you know you still expect them to win, you know. But me wouldn't rule out we can go on with that. Put it away.
Dead we dead.
One I'll draw for me.
Wanna? Well, that would be a performance. Or at least not lose to Guatemala. Yeah. Yeah, we gone home, man. We are come home. Merely beating Panama would not be not enough. Panama goal difference is massive over us. And we're not going to thrash Panama. And then when you look at Guadeloupe, you're not seeing them stopping Guatemala. Yeah. I will be watching though. Watching to see what the coaches are doing. Yeah, man.
Wayne, big up yourself. All right. I always stay in our star. We go back on. Hello. Hello. You're live.
Talk to us.
Hello?
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yeah, Orville, Zidane.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, good afternoon.
Assassinate.
How you doing, assassinator?
Zidane draw me out, God no. Because I want to make sure, I confirm what Zidane said.
Mm-hmm.
The caller who just came off.
Yes.
Did I hear you say it's not significant? The track is not.
I said maybe it's not as significant as it's making out to be.
Explain that, because you further went on to say it's not a new track.
I said it's not a new stadium. So you
it's not a new stadium.
Yeah, so
it's a new track, right?
So wasn't the track okay before the relaying?
No, but if it wasn't significant, why it need to be certified then?
Because it's just a part of the process. So
and there's a reason for the process.
So they understand more than us, you know. What would stop the governing body from certifying a track? I think the expert know more than us, you know, what could seriously prevent that, you know. Because I don't think they're incompetent enough to be there knowing that it's very significant to get them to certify it because records will not be ratified and all of that and just sit there not doing anything at all. I don't think they're that incompetent, my boss.
But we have been talking about this from a couple of weeks now.
Yes.
Or have we asked the question though to the relevant authorities to say how significant it is for the track to be certified?
Maybe we should ask those questions officially.
I think it is significant. I don't know.
But think about it.
Me I go get one of the track and field luminaries on the show. Hopefully by today. For ask them that same question.
Because
what happens?
Zidane, you just said something, you know.
Yeah.
I'm probably paraphrase you. It can't be that it would be significant and we have people sitting down on it. What that would say about them?
Me, I go get one of the track and field luminaries to ask. What happens if we have a world record at trials this weekend? Me, I go ask.
The last time I heard somebody speak on it, I don't. I think it was preacher. I'm not sure though. I think they said their argument was even if a world record is run, it could be certified afterwards, and they probably pass it afterward. That world record could be ratified.
Yeah.
I almost certainly heard something like that on this program. But I thought I was surprised when I hear the gentleman a while ago and the track is still not certified.
No word of self, man. I'm reaching out to some track and field luminaries as we speak. Them all company program and tell me if there's a
All right.
world record at the trials this weekend, what happens? So within,
Right,
I would keep listening before the program done. I'll get somebody on.
Cool. I can live with that, but I hate to think, as Zidane say, that we're sleeping on the job like that.
Yeah.
From February. And if that Zidane have all right to say, it's important, you know. If they treat it this way.
Then it can. Yeah, so they must know that, listen, because we only relayed a track that was already a certified track. We know the guidelines and all of that, so they don't see any problem. If you're building an entire new stadium now, everybody have to come and do all them checks to ensure that you did the right things. You understand the point?
May understand it. They understand, but I think once it has to be done, it must be important.
I agree with that. That it should be done still. But I can't believe that they will be that incompetent to be sitting there, and they know that they have a plethora of meets because we had the Michael Johnson meet, we had the Glenmans meet, and now we're having the trials. And they just sit there and records can be broken at any of these meets.
Okay, all right, boss. The music is playing.
All right, cool. Big up yourself,
All right.
Assassin. Thanks for the call. We'll take a break. We're coming back.
The JSC Group, Jamaica Stock Exchange, Jamaica Central Securities Depository Limited, and JCSD Trustee Services, providing a fair, efficient, and transparent stock market for over 45 years. The time by the Jamaica Stock Exchange Group is 2:15.
Paul, I need help with my vehicle cost this year, going through the roof. You think I should call Keith?
You're mad. Don't you want a system that easy for you?
Yeah, man.
You want the best price boat here too?
Yeah, man. I bet you want real-time alert and island-wide coverage. Yeah, man. So the smart choice is Hawkeye.
They will give you a free 30-day trial.
Yeah, man.
Hey, tell me something. You ever say anything but yeah, man?
Yeah, man.
Just say, yeah, man, to Hawk Tracker from Hawkeye. Call us at 926 Hawk. Conditions apply.
Paul, I need help with my vehicle cost this year, going through the roof. You think I should call Keith?
You're mad. Don't you want a system that easy for you?
Yeah, man.
You want the best price boat here too?
Yeah, man. I bet you want real-time alert and island-wide coverage. Yeah, man. So the smart choice is Hawkeye.
They will give you a free 30-day trial.
Yeah, man.
Hey, tell me something. You ever say anything but yeah, man?
Yeah, man.
Just say, yeah, man, to Hawk Tracker from Hawkeye. Call us at 926 Hawk. Conditions apply.
Greetings to you listeners. This is Reverend Ryan A. Gordon, Senior Pastor of the Broken Vessels Healing and Deliverance Ministries, located at 120 Main Street, Pineapple, Ocheria, St. Anne, Jamaica, West Indies. Join me every Sunday morning at 8:30 a.m. inside the Kingdom Lifestyle Radio Show with Brother Frisco. Join me for a word in time. You cannot afford to miss this powerful word every Sunday morning on this station.
It's all right.
You're listening to Omega Radio. Broadcasting live. Omega. Radio Omega. Radio Omega.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and number one daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
All right, welcome back. 615-284. Back online. Hello?
Hi.
Yes, good afternoon.
Emirates.
Good afternoon, Emirates.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah. May I get somebody come answer what go on for you? Yeah. You assume you assume you assume you were good enough. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. My problem is not really. Yeah. Go ahead. And track and field is one that does get significant support from.
One more one is what exactly would they want the government to do?
I don't know if the government could do anything to them for them to not take up that sort of offer, for the ones who really need the money. So the money that is the money that was offered to the ones that we know struggle to get help financially and get sponsors, they wouldn't turn it down to the government giving them like a million or not, my boss. Yeah, but I don't have a problem with the athletes doing it. I have a problem with the governing body. It's too easy for a man to come for my talent when me develop, when me invest in a heavily as a nation and just come and just swoop him up. It's too easy, my boy.
This is what I don't get. Cardi J Trace keeps saying them not even hear from them athletes.
And we keep hearing that, and we keep hearing that the paperwork are in.
That's a part of the thing we are showing me, because I saw the part, I read it on ear, the part of the World Athletics something, where say in order for you switch allegiance, then your member association have to basically give them blessings.
No. I think that is for the part where because it's 3 years mandatory, but
right.
There's exception with a 1 year thing, and they say with the exception, the governing body and your party will have to say, I agree, man, it's fine for it to be for a year, but I think generally it's 3 years. So I think that's the part where they ask for the blessing of the local body.
Or if it's a 1 year thing.
If it's a 1 year thing that they can say, if the local body say, no, man, I have no problem, they can go, and then IW and the world governing body say, yeah, man, it's okay. Then it could go, it could be done in 1 year.
Unless me I read it wrong.
Yes, I think that's what the 1 year, the local body comes in.
All right, so let me read what was sent directly a quotation from. This was sent to me by the J3s themselves. In world athletics, formerly IWF, athletes can change the country they represent, but it requires adherence to specific eligibility rules and a transfer of allegiance process. This involves completing the necessary paperwork, gaining approval from both the current and new member federations, and having the transfer documented by World Athletics. Now, there's nothing in this that states
For the 1 year.
for 1 year, or unless there's a later modification to that something, yeah? or something. But no, not what me I read. Yeah, may I tell you what was sent to me by the very top of the J trees in World Athletics. Yeah.
Hey, hold on. No, but hold on, man. Then why is this hullabaloo about the athletes? If the J3s must say yes,
and
the IWF must say yes, why this hullabaloo about
if
athletes?
the J3s say them not here?
This sounds strange now.
Yeah, well.
This sound weird now. No. But that's not the issue here now, you know.
Something strange.
It has been reported that the man is basically gone. So I'm saying if the J3s has to say yes first, and them say they don't hear anything,
right?
Then they're not gone anywhere yet.
And I'm saying what the J3 is sent to me does not speak to any time restraint. Them just said.
Yeah, because I read where it said, you know, if you want to do it in a year as opposed to 3, then all parties would have to agree, including the J3s. That's what Yeah, I never know that even for the 3-year period, you have to get the blessings from the J3s as well.
Unless that rule is outdated, yeah, man.
We could get some clarification.
No, but if the man them financially are right, it no matter whether you know what them are doing or not. Yeah. No, well, a man. Clearly, these athletes would have calculated that and say, boy, they're not the fact that them gone mean them calculate everything, you know. Well, you can't know if them not look down the road. Are you going to make the same amount what them people are plan for pay you? No. I am saying the best person to decide if as a shot putter or a long jumper, what is best to me are the man them were in other position. They know what they are likely to earn, and them know what they are getting from that Turkish deal. They are 30,000 a month for upkeep and 500,000 upfront. Who is me if you say is a bad financial thing that? Then it is as much as that. You can't you can't rule. Listen, me says an 8-year deal, $30,000 a month for 1 year. Then we don't know if the fine print's not good. Why you got? So I'm saying at the money assigned, you know. So why are you worried? That's true. Apart from the 500,000 up front, if them get 30,000 a month for upkeep, that's $360,000 a year, you know, for 8 years, you know. You know how much money that? 300,000. Let's call it 300,000 US. Let's call it 30,000 US. for 1 year. That's 300,000. For 8 years, that's 8 times 3. 2.4 million US for 8 years. Plus 500,000 US. I asked the boy them now look on fine print.
Well, Emirates, I understand the point you're making, but I'm sure they would have their agent or their manager looking over the fine print aspect of it. Yeah.
All right, Emirates, big up.
Cool. Take a break. We're coming back. I'm sure managers or agents are going to look over the fine print aspect of it to ensure that there's no hanky-panky. All right, we'll take a break. We're coming back.
It's now time for Sports in a Minute, sponsored by Edgechem, Western Sports, Megamart, Spectrum Insurance Brokers, D'Angelo Auto Spears and Accessories Limited, and Fosrich.
Emma Raducanu said her emotional reaction to her first round comeback victory at Eastbourne was because she received some really bad news before the match. British number 1 Raducanu wrested control of the topsy-turvy second set against Anna Lee before finishing strongly to win 6-7, 7-5, 6-3, 6-1. The 22-year-old, who had trailed the American by a set and a break, held back tears after securing the victory. And that's your Sports in a Minute.
Sports in a Minute was sponsored by Edgechem, changing lives 1 gallon at a time. Western Sports, the sports people. Megamart, best value by far. Spectrum Insurance Brokers, setting the industry standard. D'Angelo Auto Spears and Accessories Limited at 20 Balmoral Avenue, Kingston 10, and shop number 10, 1A Chapelton Road. Call 876-929-9146. And Fosrich.
Listen up, Jamaica. At Fosrich, everybody's getting a solar water heater. $20,000 deposit. 6 months to pay. What a deal! Fosrich Financing.
Are you ready for something mega?
Spend $6,500 or more before GCT. Drop your entry in the box and you can win a 2025 Hyundai Tucson. It's the Mega Wheels 2 promotion. April 5th to September 28th. Second prize, a $50,000 shopping spree every month for a year. Third prize, a $30,000 shopping spree every month for a year. Brought to you by Hyundai, Redstone, Heineken, True Milk, Grace, Walker's Wood, Downing, CPJ Daiquiri, and Carryburst Juice Concentrate. Only at Megamart. Locations island-wide. Megamart, best value by far. Authorized under Section 58.3 of the Betting, Gaming, and Lotteries Act.
We may be all over the world, but we're still in this together. Feel, make it easy for you get your money. So if you have to get a thing from your brother or mommy, hey, it's a not Insta, it's a MoneyGram. Zoom, Ria, take your phone, your money land. VNBS money transfer. Safer, faster, easier. Sign up for VNBS direct to bank account transfer today. No matter step out, fit in the line. Straight in your account, money reach long time. VNBS money transfer.
The gateway for Jamaica's athletes to several international competitions, including the World Athletics Championships in Tokyo, Japan, opens from Thursday, June 26 to Sunday, June 29 for the J3A Junior and Senior National Championships at the National Stadium, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. each day. Admission. Finish area season tickets, $8,000. Daily, $1,000 to $3,000. Regular grandstand season tickets, $6,500. Daily, $1,000 to $2,500. Tickets go on sale at MysticOnlineTix.com. Starting June 11, Pegasus Hotel and the Stadium Ticket Office. Starting Monday, June 23. The action will be sizzling.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and number 1 daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
All right, welcome back to the program. 615-2841. That's 615-2841 or 676-6968. Go back online. Hello.
Am I there?
Good afternoon, Garvey.
What's up, people?
You're here.
Yes.
Hey, Zidane and Orville. Based on that article that was read by the caller from Sportsmax, I think we can pretty much nobody debate the chat thing no more, right?
The one?
We don't have to debate about the chat certification no more.
What about it?
No, I'm saying based on the article that he read from Sportsmax.
Yeah, supposed to be interview with somebody.
All right, let me tell you, I've reached out to two different track luminaries. One at the tax office and can't talk, and another one basically from a rival station and not talk. But they are both telling me that if a world record is run at trials, it will be ratified. They are saying that what determines a grade 2 from a grade 1 is not just the track, it's the facility itself.
That was said before.
Yeah.
Right.
So Orville,
make him finish now.
Why can't we get the people in charge? Well, I know, Zidane, you give your opinion. All right. I've been listening to the program all day. You have given your opinion. Now Orville is giving the opinion of two unnamed sources. I could give an unnamed source that says you're having an extramarital affair with a nun.
All right. I'll get one of these people on.
Right,
Why can't the people?
Fair
We don't want no.
All right,
we
fair
don't want no
enough.
distraction.
No, man, it's a
man.
fair point. It's a fair point. It's a fair point.
Good.
Yeah, man.
I don't want to hear that, Orville. Honestly, I don't really don't want to hear.
No, we understand. We understand the point, man.
Man. If it's not the authorities, the people in charge coming out to speak
don't
on the
want-
chat, I don't want to hear nothing.
You don't have
And
to
the next
repeat.
thing to
I
Zidane,
will
I
get
heard
the
you say
person.
We
something,
agree with
Zidane.
you, man. We agree with you.
I heard you say something, Zidane. Where I don't think you factored in one little thing when you say maybe the certification. You have to remember, they could put something illegal in the track. I'm just saying.
All right, I hear
you. You know what I mean? So you can't just make people just
It's
willy-nilly.
something
if
illegal
you're
in the
the
track.
world governing body, you couldn't do that.
That's a stretch, though, man. That's something.
No,
that
but
is
I'm
legal
saying,
was placed
Zidane,
in the track.
that is why they have rules and officials for everything. Just like how them police athletes to make sure they don't have illegal stuff in their bodies. Or they police shoe companies to make sure that they're not producing illegal shoes. So too, they produce track lane companies to make sure they're not producing illegal substances to put in the track.
Okay.
Come on, man. Keep it real, bro. Oh, next thing now. Enough of the track. It's clear what I go on. So the authorities now want to talk to it. Ducking and diving like you're facing Curly Ambrose. And now we call it Orville, how you call a wicket like that? A juicy wicket?
You know, yeah, me get it. But so there's something. I think me tell you already,
Yeah.
I have been doing some checks regarding this money that was supposed to be handed over to the JC. When I went to that function and I said, best, then I Sabina, said best upon my mind. I was told that there should have been a meeting for 40 million. The first tranche was to be given. Now, God, this is something that you have always taken particular interest in. I understand that the money didn't reach the JCA yet. Well, it didn't reach since, let's say, since Monday or so. But let me tell you what has happened.
Da-da-dee, da-da-da.
Let me tell you what has happened. There was an under-13 cricket tournament for the first time where Jamaica selected an under-13 team for a 2 or 3 nation tournament in December.
Orville, I don't know me 5 minutes now. Something else I need to talk about.
That's your man, no?
Yeah, man.
So there was an under-13 thing that we took part in, and the government did spend, I don't want to quote the amount, but nowhere close to 40 in helping to send away that under-13 team.
All right. Salute the government.
Here was another thing. Our national female team had won, not last year's regional title, but the year before.
Yeah.
But last year, almost like a prize money to that female team, they had received some money from government as well. But in terms of giving that money for youth cricket development that they had promised over 100 million over 3 years, I don't know that has been forthcoming as yet.
Sure.
All
right. Fair enough.
Fair enough.
The next thing we want to talk about, Orville, is these defections, right?
Yeah.
No, you know what I found very ironic yesterday, Orville?
Yes.
There was some breaking news about our female triple jumper yesterday. Did you read that, Orville?
Well, let me tell you what I'm going to do.
One lady named Shanika Ricketts.
I'm getting one of the, arguably one of the more prominent track and field journalists in Jamaica, who says that they'll come on to explain the process. I've reached out to
Cool.
the J3s, but I'll get one. I think that money I'll broke the story about the defection to Turkey too, you know. But,
yeah, man. You can come on after my call off it.
All right, cool.
Cool. May I ask if you hear the news about Shanika Ricketts?
Talk to us about the news now. Yeah.
What about it?
Okay, well, there was some news yesterday that Shanika Ricketts signed a brand ambassador endorsement deal with Dollar Financial on the same day when these news broke. Now, what I found ironic about that news in Orville is that I keep hearing that our field event athletes cannot make any money in Jamaica. And then on the day when people are trumpeting that, here comes the news about Shanika Ricketts. What do you think about that, Mr. Higgins and Mr. Matt?
Well, wasn't she one of the ones that said she was offered and she declined the offer? Yeah, so maybe
interesting.
She has a good
So listen
agent.
now, Zidane. Here are the two people I come for today. I come for the people in charge of sports. Because it's simple as this, Zidane and Harvey. I have questioned the monies that are being paid by Puma to the J3As on many, many occasions. I don't think these people have been audited properly. And to be honest, I can't see any fruits of these monies that they're so-called getting. Going back towards benefiting young athletes, developing track and field, I see nothing of the sort, Orville. These people are collecting almost $5 million a year off of the backs of our young athletes, Orville.
Who is collecting $5 million a year?
That is the Puma contract. It's not exactly five. Let me correct myself. It's $38.8 million over 8 years. So you do the math, Orville. That is what Puma is
paying who?
Paying to the J3As.
Okay. And that's something that you're sure about?
Boss. And I first come for here to come talk about.
No, that's why I know, because now you're making a
that is the Puma deal. And as a matter of fact, I have been told by somebody, which, pardon me, Orville, because I just told you don't want to unnamed sources, that said that Adidas had offered a more lucrative deal to the J3s. However, part of that deal was that certain monies had to be handed over to the athletes. That's what I am told. However, I need these people, Orville, to be audited. We need to change the way how we deal with sports in Jamaica. The next thing to Zidane, what it says to me, it's easy. Government always has one thing in every country, Zidane. The biggest earner for every government is what, Mr. Matthews?
Tourism.
Tax.
Revenue.
Tax.
Yeah, I think I tax.
Zidane, why you think Jamaica get money off of tourism? It's tax they get. It's not them collect the money for the hotel. They get tax.
Yeah.
That's how they get money. Exactly. So every country, the biggest earner for the government is tax revenue, Zidane. No.
Gavi,
all the minister has to do, Orville.
Gavi, that's your message.
You can't call back,
Gavi, you can't call back. I'm going to give you 2 minutes. This journalist Bridget I say, him in one place where him need it.
Yeah, so call back. You can't, where you Jaja?
Yeah.
You know the funny thing every day, man. That's work with me. Miss B, call him right now. Like, no. Please. We're going to talk to the person right now. And maybe even that question they said the J3s get 38 million US from Puma. I could have asked that person to talk. I never know. Talk to me, Miss B. All right, so Miss B trying to make that link there. Right now to find out some of them something. Ready, Miss B? All right. Big man. Mr. Leighton Levy. You know that at the height of your career this right now? Now you bust the story about the defection thing. Are you tell the nation that that the athletes are defecting to Turkey? Is that your biggest scoop since you're in media? Yeah, man, we know. Oh, by the way, may I understand that some others could be going. You know anything?
Yes.
I'm going to ask you this, and I know Zidane has something to ask as well. By the way, people, we're talking to Leighton Levy, the man who broke that story about the Jamaicans switching allegiances to Turkey, and one of the more prominent track and field minds in the country. A caller just raised an argument, Leighton, that Puma has a deal with the J3s valued at almost 40 million over 8 years. You know anything about it? Is which deal?
That's what I was thinking as well.
That was proposed by
Adidas.
And did the J3s take it on?
No. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, Leighton, as it relates to the athletes switching to another country. All right, hold the line. We're on the break, so we'll take the break. Don't move. We're coming back.
Go straight to Western Sports for all your track and field needs, like spikes, high jump equipment, throwing implements.
Hey, joins me, Jermaine Morgan, popular known as Brother Frisco, on Omega Radio Thursdays and Fridays from 5 p.m. through to 9 inside the Praise the Lord show, and Saturdays and Sunday morning from 6 a.m. through to 10 a.m. inside the Kingdom Lifestyle Radio show. Tune in and be blessed. You can't afford to miss this show with Brother Frisco on your radio.
The Jamaica Anti-Doping Commission JADCO needs your help to eliminate doping and keep sport clean. If you have concerns about any doping activity, you can share the information with JADCO anonymously. The information you share will be treated with the highest level of confidentiality. Make the right call if you see something, say something. Protect clean sport. Protect our legacy. To report doping activity, call 888-429-5232 or visit the JADCO website at jadco.gov.jm. A message from the Jamaica Anti-Doping Commission.
For financial news and the latest developments in the business community and economy, Financially Speaking is the top choice. Join me, your host Errol Gregory, Mondays and Wednesdays at 12:30 p.m. as we look at current economic issues, provide small business tips, and help you to build your business and portfolios. That's Financially Speaking, sponsored by Jamaica Stock Exchange, JSE Online Trading.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and number one daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
All right, welcome back. Leave, you're still there? Yes, so the question is, what needs to happen as a fact for the athletes to become Turkish, for them to represent Turkish in whatever year's time? That's what the question is. What are the things that must happen for them to officially be an athlete that could run for Turkey? Oh, interesting.
Well, I hear God saying that he hasn't yet received anything documented from the athletes.
After the end of the month, so maybe sometime in July, depending on when the documentation is reviewed by World Athletics to determine whether or not they should go ahead, I suppose. I mean, there's still some, when you read the rules, the transfers of allegiance, there's some things that are not clear yet, so you're not quite sure when and how things are supposed to happen. What I do know is that the documentation is already with World Athletics. So I think it's just a matter of time before J3 gets notified and receives the documentation request.
So here's a very important question, since big money is involved.
Yeah.
When will Turkey know if the IWF or World Athletics have a problem or not? When would they know if the J3S have a problem or not? Because you're saying that both the World Athletics and the J3S must agree for the process to be completed. So
I guess it will happen in the coming months once the requests are reviewed by World Athletics, the review committee.
Okay.
Then during that period of time, whatever challenges, if there are any, will be determined, and of course then the respective parties will be notified. As per reports now, is that the World Athletics has the documentation, but they have not yet started to review them. Yeah. So we don't have a timeline on when they're going to start. We don't have a timeline, but when they intend to complete. What I do know is that all the documentation, I suppose, has to be submitted by the end of the month. This is just another week.
But isn't that like putting the cart before the horse?
Yeah, it appears.
You should have passed it with your own federation before it goes to World Athletics. Why is the process now the World Athletics get it, then you come back a year?
Then that's a question I have no answers for. I'm just going by what the transfer of allegiance rules and regulations says. I couldn't fathom why that is the case the way it is.
All right. I have to get back to this thing about the J3 turning down an Adidas deal, and you can vouch for the fact that it's almost 40 million over 8 years.
Well, the documentation of the Adidas deal was made public. The documents were released last summer, and the deal was significant. I actually had a conversation with somebody last night in the know who said that the deal could go as high as $8 million a year.
Why would the J3s turn that down? Because we want to ask you about the tracking, but because we get you, I want to know when a busy man like you can
That's a question. That's a question that we ask J3. I don't know why you would turn down a deal like that, and especially with this. I spoke to Gasgale in March, early March, at the Champs launch, and I specifically asked him whether or not the Puma deal was better than than the deal that was being proposed by Adidas. And he said specifically, it's not necessarily better, but Puma has been loyal, and they've been loyal to each other, I suppose, somewhere along that line, to suggest that the deal is not better than the Adidas one, because if it was the case, I think he would have said so. So we are to assume that the Puma deal, and look, this is not anything against Puma, because Puma has supported Jamaican athletes for a very long time now. But what I'm saying is that if the Adidas deal is better and you have the leverage to command a certain amount of money for your athletes, to support your athletes and support your federation, why would you not take it? So that's a logical thing for me.
Probably need a talk with God.
About that one.
Here's the other thing before we run. Remember, I take you off something important.
Yeah.
The track at the stadium, there are some concerns that if a world record run upon it, let's say trials coming up, that the World Athletics would not necessarily ratify that, and that we're dragging with feet in getting the track certified.
My understanding of how that works, because initially when the whole process of Grand Slam track had begun, that's another story that I had broken as well, where I had spoken to a number of people who are in the business of building trucks and laying trucks across the world. And they said, once you put someone else's product on top of another company's product, it should nullify the certification of the track. However, subsequently, I spoke to one of the guys who actually certifies tracks from Australia. Was Australia or somewhere in Europe? I'm trying to remember. And he said, once the certification of the track as it is now still exists until the current certification expires in July of this year. So if there are any records that set on the track, the records will stand, it will be ratified, because here's the difference between Class 1 and Class 2 certification. Class 1 certification has to do with not just the track, but the entire facility within which the track is contained. That certification was established from the last time when they released the track a few years ago. I think it was 2021. So that certification still stands. So what happens now, once the certification expires in July next, which is next month,
feel, man, are you at the lead in them? Me hear people are discussing tree now.
No, a lot of people who are good in this country when it comes to track and field. Can rain on
no, rain on good.
Yeah.
All right, but big up, sir. From time to time, you're on the program as a judge and all of them. Good people associate with good program.
All right, take it easy, guys.
Yeah, big up yourself, Leighton. All right.
No, I don't know if there's any loophole.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
That's why I'm about this certification of the track thing. I don't think we would be significant for them. We might be in serious problem. I just don't think so.
In other words, so what Leighton is saying is that the track is due to be reset. Because the certification, based on what he's telling us, has its own lifespan.
Mm-hmm.
It was due to be passed. Whether we did really, it was due for a recertification exercise in July. I don't know that they'd come before July because we do what we do there. So we really must, after July, when that certification process end, this now should be the real worry. Now in July, the certification level 2.
Yeah. And he's saying level 2 is not a problem. It's just level 1 is the all. So hope you listen there, Garvey.
I would want to know, what does the Puma, what are the advantages that the Adidas contract would have that the Puma contract does not? Now I've heard the argument, and there's some loyalty. If a company has been with you for dang years,
pumping millions and millions,
and then the next company come in and say, "Boy, I will do for you for 20, 30 years." Maybe a part of you that can say, "Well, may I stick with the people? Me there with for 30 years."
Yes.
But it would still be nice to know what are the details of what each deal is, providing that the final.
Because Usain Bolt was a Puma athlete, or is a Puma athlete as well.
Yes.
You know?
All right, make we take the break, and we'll come back with
Go straight to for all your track
And me, Orville Higgins, and me, Zidane, calling sports discussions to the highest levels on radio, 1 to 4 p.m. on Jamaica's number one. The hour between 3 and 4 p.m. is sponsored by Sports, the sports people, with location Ocho Rios and
Healing and Deliverance Ministries, located at 120 Main Street, Pineapple, Ocho St. Anne, Jamaica, Indies. Join me every Sunday morning at 8:30 a.m. inside the Club Lifestyle Radio Show with Brother Frisco. Join me for a word in time. You cannot afford to miss this powerful word every Sunday morning on this station.
It's alright.
For financial news and the latest developments in the business community and economy, Financially Speaking is the top choice. Join me.
You're listening to Omega Radio, broadcasting live. Omega Radio, Omega Radio, Omega.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and number one daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
I'm coming to the music, but I'm just seeing on an ESPN site, ESPN Cricket Info site. Usually the West Indies not do this. So me even want to take it with a grain of salt. But the site is ESPN Cricket Info. The West Indies has named their 11 already for tomorrow. I hear the 11 I see. So Craig and John will open. Casey Carter will bat 3. Brandon King makes his test debut batting at 4. Ruston bats at 5. Shea Hope bats at 6 and will be the keeper. Justin Greaves is 7. Warwick on 8. Alzari 9. Shamar Joseph 10. Jaden Seals is 11. So no Tevin Imlak. Now people, me not agree with that something. Tevin Imlak in Pakistan was flawless as a keeper. Widely regarded as probably the best glovesman in the region. Tevin Imlak ticked the box of being a proper keeper. Tevin Imlak came to the region and scored one whole heap of runs, 300s, 3 centuries, and average 64. Me nah say don't squeeze hope, but Tevin Imlak should not be dropped. What is Sammy going with, man? The man is your best keeper. Cause we accept that she hope can't keep like Imlak. But Imlak also dominate the region in terms of runs this year. No man, that youth shouldn't get dropped, none at all. And this team to me now seems a little like it a lack one less batsman. I would play Tevin Imlak and take out Greaves if I saw. Because with 3 pace, Seals, Joseph, Alzari, Greaves would make your 4th seamer. But then me have Jamel Warrican plus Rastan Chase. So effectively, me have 4 pace bowlers and 2 spinners, I say. One of them, and you can't drop Rastan, and I suspect you can't drop Jamel. But either Seals, Joseph, or Alzari then should have given way to Tevin Imlak. We would still have 5 bowlers. Me not like the fact that you drop Tevin Imlak, Sammy. Don't agree with it, none at all. Not think it fair to the youth. Anyway, we can comment on that. Music now. Brought to you by Edge Campaigns for People Who Dream in Color. And this one is It's Not Over Now by Glacier Robbins.
caught in a web of indifference. Be cast aside like you just as dead. To be forgotten like the wind of yesterday. Neglected and beaten and worn. The pain that you're feeling is just as real as the ground you're standing on. But it's not over now. This is not the end. You've been tossed and beaten up. You've fallen again. I know your heart's been torn. And you say there's no point in carrying on. Race is not over. No, it's not over now. You're looked upon like the scum of society, yet they close their eyes to the strength of your pain. Be swayed by events or accomplishments. Be found lacking, well, it's to your shame. You've been forgotten like wind of yesterday. Neglected and beaten and worn. The pain that you're feeling is just as real as the breath you take with this soul. But it's not over now. This is not the end. No, no. You've been tossed and beaten up. You've fallen again. I know your heart's been torn. You say there's no point in carrying on. Race is not over. No, 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 no. It's not over. It's not over now. You've got to hold on. Hold on, brother. Don't you give up, my sister. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Don't give up, don't give up, don't give in. It's not over now.
Alrighty then, that's Glacier Robinson. It's not over. That was our second and final selection, brought to you by Edge Campaigns for People Who Dream in Color. Yeah, man, it looked like the team official. I don't know what to know, but why would you have three pacers? The two Joseph, that's Alzari and Shamar, plus Seals, plus Greaves. That's four medium pace to pace option. Then Warwick, then Rastan Chase. Me think that's an overkill in the bowling department. Which one of those six, well, it can't be Rastan and can't be Warwick as your vice captain. But either one of them three pace there, or Greaves should have given away to your top wicketkeeper who dominated the region with a bat in his hand as well. No fear to you. All right. We go back on?
Yes, indeed. Hello.
Hello?
Yeah.
Wagwan.
Wagwan, my boss. Leon.
Yeah, big up on myself. Big up to the listeners. Big up to everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. What are the connotations of Jamaica making it through to the next round of World Cup? Zidane?
What do you mean? I don't understand.
How we got you?
Beat. All right. For us to get through on our own without help, just beat up Panama bad. So we thrash Panama.
Right.
And we gone through. I would have got past Panama.
What's the goal difference between the two?
Panama won 1-0 and what? 4-1 or something. So they're like a 5 or a 4+ goal, and we are we are basically no goal.
We get 1-0.
Guadeloupe beat Guatemala.
If Guadeloupe beat then we just have to avoid a heavy defeat from Panama.
Or draw with Panama.
Or draw with Panama.
Right.
Yeah.
After Guatemala, no much better than Guadeloupe. You see that?
No man, they beat us. They held off Panama. Right. Yeah, man, they could consider themselves a better team than Guadeloupe, and they are ranked high as well.
Right, but remember we just beat Guatemala 3-0, you know. Guatemala no stretch away from Guadeloupe, man.
No man, it doesn't matter how you want to nice it up, because as a Jamaican, you know, Guatemala is a better football team than Guadeloupe. So if Guadeloupe beat Guatemala, it's an upset.
You figure them much better?
You're hoping for an upset.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't say that, man. Don't go beat Ronnie Bush and it does that. You're hoping for a shocker.
Zidane, me have no side in England and Spain now, you know. And one side never in a football at Jamaica, you know. I watch English league, I watch Spanish league, I watch all the leagues. But on one side, I have a Jamaica side. So, of course, every time Jamaica play, I work. You understand?
Yes.
So, but Panam, I mean, you speak about you say you prefer better players, and me talk about cohesion. Me think I say, we lack is cohesion. We have as good as players Panama, you know. What do you think? Man for man.
They're better than us.
Man for man?
You could say that. They are better players than us, man, all around.
They are better players than us?
Yeah, you don't see it when you see them play.
We are Panama.
The way Panama knock the football and pass football and twist and turn out of trouble is not cohesion, that in a quality that in them about.
What I'm using to separate with the Gold Cup? Is it goal difference or head to it?
It's goal difference first. Goal difference is the first tiebreaker. We're not trouble.
I think Panama will take it. I when Panama never good, Panama beat, you know.
Well, they're good now. We see them against the top teams in the region.
Been good couple. Yeah. About 10 years now.
Weren't they a part of the last 2 World Cups? No, sir. They didn't qualify for the last one. No, they probably didn't qualify, but they qualified for quite a few in recent.
I think they were there in Qatar.
They were there in Qatar. Same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. But we'll go to, man. We'll go to.
No, sir.
Keep the faith.
No, sir, that not happen. Not beating Panama.
You thought guys the coach.
No, it's not the coach. It's not nothing to do with the coach. No, but me say we're not beating Panama, my boss.
You know that coach.
The way me see Guatemala tears apart in the first half of that first game, and then me see Guadeloupe in the last half.
You know what?
We are struggling by that team right now.
You know what? Every time I'm say Jamaica have one football side. You know Jamaica never play a pretty football for me.
No, I'm not talking about the pretty football.
You see them good in the other side, you know. You see Leon Daly come and Jamaica come play, and you have one every man ever play a football side in bad.
That's a wicked man. Big up yourself still. That's it?
All right.
Yeah, man. Good. We talk again. I will take another break. We're coming.
Praise the Lord. Greetings and salutations to all of our wonderful, wonderful friends all over Jamaica. Listen, this is Dr. John Wayne Manning from Omega Church and Omega Radio. It has always been my dream to establish community work here in Jamaica. Television, church, humanitarian work here in Jamaica. And as you know, we have been doing the radio since 2022. The time has come that we're calling all helper, kingdom-minded citizens, putting together this team in Jamaica. We're looking for helpers, kingdom-minded helpers, from hospitality, humanitarian, administration, coordination, media for television and radio production. If you're looking for more and you'd like to be a part of this team from Omega Center, Jamaica, I'd like you to give me a call. 876-204-9356. If you'd like to do more, serve more. This is for serious leaders that really, really want to make an impact in the life of our fellow Jamaicans for the Lord Jesus Christ. Text me at that line, and a member of my US team or European team will reach out back to you. Thank you and God bless you. I hope you're ready to serve. Text me at 876-204-9356. A member of my team will reach out to you expeditiously to expedite this help. Omega Center Jamaica, local team invitation. Be a part of it. Let's change Jamaica and make Jamaica great again.
You're listening to Omega Radio, broadcasting live. Omega Radio, Omega Radio, Omega.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and number one daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
All right, back online. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
Man, hello. Welcome, man.
Oh, good afternoon, Badger Degree.
Let me steer the script I remember they have put on for come and stop on it. You might hear that, sir? Steer the script where they have come because I was going to join the gang of P. I mean, the gang of trees who called, let me say P? Sorry, man. The gang of trees who called earlier and give it to the powers that be about the track not being ratified and certified already, you understand? And now I'm seeing my good friend late call. It's a good thing we never get through, you know, because I was trying to get through, you know. It's a good thing we never get through, brother. And I want to thank KLS for I didn't make people like Leighton and the big people like in Jamaica know me, you know. You understand?
Yes.
This call a while ago was a brilliant call. You understand? The man said that the track should be whether it was late, yes or no. You understand? July, they will not come look on it.
Yes.
You understand? And it is just so surprising. Take that back, astonished.
It's
know
big hullabaloo.
Yes.
Over months.
For months.
That's too wicked to our athletes, these authorities.
Yes, I cannot care about the one.
You care about we won. How did the people run and broke a broad record?
And the record run, Zidane, and you're a traitor. Talking about record on the track.
Oh yes, that was one of the call us a traitor, right? That led to us being called a traitor.
And I see one up to a record on the track. Beside it, a tremble on the car.
If me a tremble like leaf, bar. If me a tremble like leaf, but Leighton come tell me the track is due to be checked in July.
I mean, you have to buy a little lunch. You have to buy a little lunch.
Anyway, Mr. Leighton, Mr. Boy, where you wait.
Mr. When man said that, Mr. When man said a while ago, they just turn up the speaker loud, you know. Mr. The man for the track is due to be checked on in July. So the people must say, we're going to fit until July because, you understand?
Because that is when the last, what do you call it? Would what the word?
That's the expiration. Yes, expiration date.
Yeah.
You understand? And so it's like you fit it for your car, brother. You fit it for your car up in July. You know, in the sense you're gonna find June or April, figure buy fitness fee. You understand? And go past your car when you have July. I tell you, I expect some apology something tomorrow show, brother.
To the trait attack.
Yeah. You understand? And all them things there. And we can think that the man force if you call somebody, you know. Call somebody, Orville. Call somebody. Boy, you call somebody and that's it. And boy, I don't know. Anyhow, let me see if we can find something to talk about because I was going to give it to the powers that be, you see. Yeah. I can understand the winning type argument to be great on both sides, you know. You see, when we were youngsters, then, it so happened that the person who we call the GOAT or so, them normally were winners, them normally win trophy. You understand what I say?
Yeah, I do understand, but that's not the reason why I think.
I will never have any stats and averages to look at and so on.
No, but I know, but what I'm saying to you is not because them lift the trophy at the end of the game make you think them are the GOAT, you know. Because you don't think everybody on the team.
Your side, no, Zidane. Okay. This is your side, no. You understand? But I can understand your side, Zidane. The fact that, you see, when we see people play whatever sports they play, and they play it in such a high level intensity, they normally win. You understand? They normally come out to be the winner. You understand? Especially if they play with such high level. And you're not,
which sport better?
All the sports, man. You understand? No, besides, you know, come quick to them. Because
why not?
Because I tell you, cricket is a unique sport, and you know that.
Why?
Well, I know. I mean, Mr. Well, I know. So maybe just deal with it and then we can come to.
All right,
right. So then it was astonishing to see Messi take so long for winning the World Cup. You understand me? I say, and apart from that,
why are you disrespecting other countries and other teams? You think I saw this thing I go? Or win the World Cup? You think Messi a play by himself and a play against himself, Badger? No, but Badger, be real, man. You know, so you say you understand both sides, but me don't understand how you understand the other side. Because me know when you are watch the player them who you rate as great, you're not considering when the game done and them a lift the trophy and run around the field, you know. When you say, yo, that man, you're bad, you know, him greatest thing, you know.
No, man, but
it's when him play the ball.
It's because normally, when you play to such high level and such high intensity as an athlete, when the ball see a run with
no, that's when you're a part of a team that has the requisite skill set to help you.
I know, and I'm saying to you, that because you're that good and you're that great, it's like even the team.
Yeah, but Bacho, that's no man. You're changing the argument, but that's not the reason why we rate you as the greatest, though.
I know, brother.
You just
understand. So we can understand.
Because what happens in sport, you know, is that the countries that are great at the sport, you go back to Orville passion thing. So the countries that are great at the sport are likely to produce the greatest players, you know.
Yeah.
So them because they have so many good players, are you great at your part? You're gonna win. But not because you win, make you think you're the greatest. And what you are doing on the field, it's not when Brazil win the 58th World Cup, Pele won, you know. It's when you see a 17-year-old boy flick the ball over the defender and volley it in the back of it. No, man, the films are there, man. It's when you see, they must say, that you, they're 17, him take the ball and flick it over the defender and volley it in it. And that one winner, because say, no, man, it's not when Brazil run around with the trophy, we say, Pele is the great. You say, when him do that, we say, yo, I wish look at you, this have them ability at 17 for the race. And that we rate.
Yeah. So Mr. Higgins, no, why am I saying for running with your cricket team? I know, by the way, the team that is picked is a balanced team, and they made the mistake of that team, Mr. Higgins, by making the two-person captain and vice captain. That is the mistake they make from this. One of them shouldn't be
players with Greaves and then the two spinner.
No, what I'm saying to you, one of them shouldn't be the captain or the vice captain. You understand? Right. And that is where the mistake was made, because you're always going to end up with two quote-unquote spinners. You understand? Yeah. So you are saying, no, if you make this, them a captain or vice captain, you have to play them. You can't have your captain jump on the bench and your vice captain jump on the bench. You understand what I'm saying? And by doing that now,
then drop one of the pace, no, man.
No, you can't.
Why you need 3 pace plus Greaves plus 2
No, because they are going by my philosophy about the 4 pass. And what I'm saying to you are not playing in a.
But if you are going to play the... No, man. Why?
Hold on, let me say again. You're not playing in a... When the company show, let me say, hold on, man. You're not playing in a spin-friendly condition, Mr. Higgins. You understand? And so they are going to go with fast bowlers. And that's all. Who should they drop as a fast bowler playing in the Caribbean?
You have 3 pace plus Greaves.
You know them have 3 pace. Who should you drop?
If the batting shot,
oh, Jesus.
One of them now play.
That is why I know. That is why I know. Mr.
Hold on. Guess who you leave out?
Oh.
You leave out your best wicket keeper.
All right.
You leave out your best wicket keeper for a man who was kept in a 4-day game.
The best wicket keeper kept down at one place of Pakistan for a turning thing.
No, man, he's still regarded as the best keeper in a region, you know.
Yes.
In other words, if you should ask them, who are Tevin Imlach? Who is the better red ball keeper? None of them will tell you who open up.
All right, fine, good, I get that. If you should ask
we accept Imlach, and Imlach dominate the region with batting. Then how the man in and play?
Because they trust in hope and believe in hope more.
Me now say you must not play hope, you know, sir.
So if you don't play hope, you can't left from hope, no, Mr. Higgins, and run the bowler.
If you want, because you remember me, I say in a top 6 where everybody average 20 yard. Hope's game in the 20 yard average as well. Make it more easier to get him in the team. Me not have a problem. But me not dropping my best wicket keeper.
Okay.
Especially if that wicket keeper dominate the region with runs. That may I say that man they have to play.
But they look at it and they say, all right, we're going to lose off a wicket keeper, but we're going to give up on the batting with hope.
Let both of them play.
And who you drop?
May have 3 fast bowler plus a medium fast bowler. Plus a left arm spinner plus a right arm spinner.
They're going to play those bowlers in the Caribbean.
Why we need to play all of them? Plus Greaves, plus Chase.
No, that is the thing. Chase is the skipper. You understand what I'm saying? So if you want to cost them from making the man the skipper and vice captain. And that's when the mistake starts, you know. And that's when the mistake starts, Mr. Higgins. So after the mistake starts, you can't look down now, right? I said no.
I didn't know which team they were going to pick, my boss. Me never know, say Yaga left the best keeper for Shea Hope.
You never know, say they want to play 4 fast?
A one match, you see, if you take a man who only
hold on. Let me ask you a question.
But you don't understand that it is Shea Hope as a keeper, may have a problem with it, no, but.
And I understand. So you never know that they were going to play Shea Hope?
Let me say it again.
No, all right. If you never play Shea Hope as a keeper, you never know that they would have played Shea Hope as a batsman?
I did not think that Shea Hope would play as a keeper over a man.
I understand that. So
everybody in the thing.
Right. So
you say if Imlach never did that, make the bag of runs in the region, make I understand.
We kind of upset is the captain and the vice captain make the thing unbalanced.
No, because none of them take Tevin Imlach game.
Yes.
No, they
go to play.
So why the two of them couldn't play?
Eh?
Why we couldn't play the two of them?
Why couldn't play what?
Both Imlach and Hope.
Because they can't play 12 person on the cricket team.
No, then somebody else not get dropped then, man.
Yes, the skipper or the vice skipper.
So,
because you are going to play a 4 PS. We cannot accept that.
Why you have to play a 4 PS? Which part in that Genesis or Exodus that right?
In the West Indies.
No, Sabaji.
No, man, not go so big, man.
Zidane, if you are going to go to a spin place, Mr. Higgins said they must play the bowler to the condition.
Big man, we have 3 plays plus Greaves.
And I'm saying
Greaves.
So that is 4 seamers, Badger.
Greaves Greaves used to up the bowling for Barbados, isn't it?
And they believe.
Why do you need those 4 plus?
Because they believe in the
plus Chase and leave out your wicket keeper.
Because they never leave the wicket keeper. They put a man to keep it with the Chase.
This is the man who kept your last 2 games.
Okay.
Well, everybody are real how the man can keep. Came back in the region and out but most man. That man can't get dropped, big man.
Drop the vice captain.
As me said, if them they drop Warwican, me wouldn't have the problem now.
Oh, well, yeah.
No, I'm saying Warwican.
No, listen to me. Those are not change. Because for the break, I don't want to be so long.
All right.
I will say, drop Warwican. May you agree, no?
No.
Oh, God.
Warwican have to
play. May you agree, Arvin. May you agree.
Yeah, where you agree with? Drop the spinner.
No, Warwican have to play. Warwican have to play for you. But somebody else you can't live out Tevin Blackwood. Warwick must play. Is one of the three players. Hargreaves must play. We'll take the break. We're coming back.
Are you ready for something mega?
Spend $6,500 or more before GCT. Drop your entry in the box and you can win a 2025 Hyundai Tucson. It's the Mega Wheels 2 promotion. April 5th to September 28th. Second prize, a $50,000 shopping spree every month for a year. Third prize, a $30,000 shopping spree every month for a year. Brought to you by Hyundai, Red Stripe, Heineken, True Milk, Grace, Walker's Wood, Downing, CPJ Daiquiri, and Carryburst Juice Concentrate. Only at Megamart. Locations island-wide. Megamart. Best value by far. Authorized under Section 58.3 of the Betting, Gaming, and Lotteries Act.
It's now time for Sports in a Minute, sponsored by Edgechem, Western Sports, Megamart, Spectrum Insurance Brokers, Dangel Auto Spares and Accessories Limited, and Fosrich.
Teenager Goat set a new personal best and an Australian record with victory in the men's 200 meters on his senior international debut at the Golden Spike meeting in Ostrava. The 17-year-old clocked 20.02 seconds in a highly anticipated first European meeting in the Czech Republic. The sprinter powered past Portuguese-based Cuban Renera Mena, who had set for a second after winning the last two Diamond League 200-meter races. Britain's Natalie Mitchell-Blake finished third with a season best 20.60 seconds. Goat's time was better than Jamaican's world record holder and 8-time Olympic champion Usain Bolt, who finished 20.28 seconds on his first Golden Spike meet in 2006. That's your sports in a minute.
Sports in a Minute was sponsored by Edgechem, changing lives 1 gallon at a time. Western Sports, the sports people. Megamart, best value by far. Spectrum Insurance Brokers, setting the industry standard. Dangel Auto Spares and Accessories Limited at 20 Balmoral Avenue, Kingston 10, and shop number 10, 1A Chapelton Road. Call 876-929-9146. And Fosrich.
Listen up, Jamaica. At Fosrich, everybody's getting a solar water heater. $20,000 deposit. 6 months to pay. What a deal. Fosrich Financing.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and number one daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
All right, so we're back online. Oh, we stay, a star. We're not reading a text from her,
Yeah, we could look at some WhatsApp.
I'll squeeze some WhatsApp, yeah. Ready?
Text message.
It's now time for text messages on the sports desk.
Fuzzy says, why is the Puma deal a secret?
Yeah,
Enough question.
One or two people asked that as well,
All right. Zidane, you said that you want World Athletics to put a rule in place to stop athletes from moving from their country to another. Using your analogy of finding a girl at 18 and putting her through college, do you want a rule or law in place to prevent her from going to the millionaire after college?
No, man, it's just trouble. Me that trouble about your text, man. Not take that part out it, literal, man. Me just that trouble about you. You say what you come back with it.
Hey, Orville and Zidane, Shortman from North Carolina. Hey, me love how life is coming back into Test cricket. 2 beautiful Test matches this month, Australia versus South Africa and India versus England.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. That pitch, I hear it was said that it was a batsman-friendly pitch. People, it was a proper cricket pitch. 6 or 7 centuries, but one team also got 20 wickets. And I tell you something. India, in their first innings, lost 7 wickets for 41 runs at one stage. And India, in their second innings, lost 6 wickets for 35 runs at one stage.
Yeah, 2 collapse. That's
yeah,
what cost India the game.
It shows that when the baller do a thing, if you not know what you do, you will get out. But it also shows that if you apply yourself, enough runs can score. Proper cricket pitch. Did Badger just say, this is Badger saying, did Orville just say if they drop Warwick and he would not cry? No, man, my mouth slip. Slip on the tongue, Badger. Warwick must play. I one of the 3 PS, Hargreaves shouldn't play. Decide your mind. The batting weak. Back in the past when Merlin Otis switched allegiance to Slovenia or wherever, I did not hear anyone criticizing or even questioning the move. So what's the issue with these athletes now? I think we all should just leave them alone and allow them to earn the best living they can, because as a boy, I used to hear my father say, live and let live. Oh, this is below average.
Yeah.
There's some difference here, though, below.
Yeah.
Merlin Otis switched when she and the J3As had a problem. After that 2000 Olympics in Sydney, where there was this major brouhaha whether she should run or Peter Gate Dowdy, and the whole nation was divided. Merlin Otis felt that she wasn't getting the support of too large a faction of the Jamaican public. So she said, "You know, I appreciate
Having done so much.
Having done so much. So me, I go somewhere where I was appreciated." It's not the same with them athletes.
Yeah.
It's not the same dynamics at play.
Yeah, man. Especially from a Hibbert standpoint, him young, talented, and look like him going to win a whole heap of medals at Olympic Games by average. You know, easy if you let go such a talent, my boss.
Zidane, I heard you say the powers that B couldn't be so incompetent that they would sit there and not have the stadium track certified, if it's that important. Really, Zidane, you have lived in Jamaica and have seen all the rubbish that passed as leadership over the years in our country. How can you then make a statement like that? The people who run things in Jamaica are as incompetent as they come, and we need to stop excusing their laziness.
But Texter, that would be akin to we know we have incompetent people, but somebody run a football club for many, many years. He has a game on Saturday, and up until Friday, him no have no ball. Him for provide the game balls, and him not have no ball at all. You don't expect him to have no ball, my boss. Him know him have a game the next day, him have the ball. So you know the records, the thing need to be certified. And so we were proving right that the man know that they have time for the athletes to run and are okay before the track needs to be certified. So you get it wrong.
All right, because Jamaica played less than expected again, some part of this. Jamaica can beat Panama, and if they do by playing creditably but still exit the tournament, both players and coaching staff should be lauded, not condemned. Replacing Stephen McLaren so close to the final round of the World Cup qualifiers won't necessarily guarantee better results by his successor. It's Peter Gordon from Man. I suppose that's aimed at you.
Well, Peter, and then they wanted to remove Tap after the Gold Cup preceding the qualifiers, and they stuck with him, and you saw what happened.
Pioneer run out and committed voluntary suicide.
Yes.
Laugh out loud.
Yes, he did.
And here's another one. To win one title is tough in any sport, much less 6 and 3-peat. In any era, you don't have to win a championship to be great or the best. Pioneer was quite honest. Euclid and Zidane, your usual tactics of asking a question, answer the caller, kill himself. Pioneer say he will make an exception to that. And then somebody said Pioneer killed Pioneer.
Yes, indeed.
Zidane, I hear you say Jamaica to get 8-0 tonight, and you're going overboard. We will beat Panama and Guatemala.
We lose too.
We lose. Katie out of break.
Katie, I hear you, Katie, but I don't necessarily think that will happen. All right, we got one other. All right, so Orville has run out to nature calling, so him go and use the bathroom. But hello.
Hey guys, how y'all doing?
Yeah, nature call, boy. Yeah. Nature call and Orville gone to the bathroom. I know he's Orville. I come to talk to you.
Stop lying, man. Stop lying. I obviously see the name come up and Orville run out. Man.
No.
Stop it, man.
No, sir.
All right, so we left the cricket discussion. The squad discussion about the squad.
Yeah, he'll probably be back in the next 2 or 3 minutes. Yes.
Yeah. But you, Zidane. Zidane, I have said for some time that we need to start to look at sports as a profession, as a business. You see? And I have put down what teams need to do and what entities need to do in this thing. You have resisted it. You have this little schoolboyish like attitude that we treat sports like some amateur thing. And when we talk about introducing contracts, both to protect the people who spending the money and the players who earning the money, you resist it. Now, this latest thing with the Jamaica, with people in the local athletes planning to run off and people complaining, doesn't this reinforce what I'm saying?
No.
Zidane, about what West Indies cricket needs to do?
Because this is a switch from one country to the other. So I develop you as a talent. And at 18, another country just come and just swoop you away because they're richer than me.
Who develop who? Who develop who?
It's Jamaica develop them athletes. It's a Jamaican school. Them used to attend Jamaican school, was coached by Jamaican coaches.
Go on,
Everything
go on,
is
go on,
Jamaican.
go on.
And
Go on. So you said Jamaica develops the athletes.
Yes.
Go ahead.
So, and the athletes can just, I don't want athletes to just easily, just willingly just get up and go to our next country and the country get all the glory.
So how would you solve that problem?
The world governing body must not allow it to be that easy.
That's a simple question. Zidane, listen to me.
The world...
I don't want you... No, listen to me. Listen to me.
Yes.
I don't want you in this big, bad world to take some like a schoolboyish approach where you're looking to bigger nations to come up with solutions.
No, it's not bigger nations. It's not the bigger nations.
You understand what I just say?
But I'm saying it's not the bigger
nations. I don't want you to sit down and wait for the bigger, more developed nations to come up with something to help our situation.
No, what I'm saying to you.
Every time you tell me that, they need to
the
do
world
something,
governing body. Just
what
like FIFA.
You are saying. No, Zidane. In a world where the world body is doing nothing, what should we do to protect our
but I don't think the athletes will sign in a 5-6 year contract with any international body.
No.
So
it's a simple question. No, preempt for me, I say. In a world where the world isn't doing anything, what should we do to protect our interests?
You know that the rule was not like this before, and because there was a influx of switch. I think it was Ethiopia, one of those countries, and then they adjusted the rules somewhat to make it tougher. I'm saying the world governing body is the one that should protect the nations who are developed athletes and give them top quality athletes to run the sport.
Okay.
Yeah, that's sticking to that.
You know, answer the question. So let me go back now again to the West Indies cricket situation. Yes. See, the West Indies cricket context. I am saying that the West Indies Cricket Board should act like a professional body and give the player a choice. Let the player make a decision. They should say at 19, before they come have them and have them use their system to develop themselves professionally to play professional cricket, they should put a contract before them and say, you have a decision to make on how to develop your career going forward. You can use our system, and there is a payback mechanism that we have in place where in case you make it big, you play for us. Or you can find your own way. Doesn't that sound like a business decision?
Is this a monetary contract? Big money will be on the table?
No. But Zidane, what do you mean big money will be on the player?
Yeah, because what?
I'm saying, what is wrong with that? You're giving the player a choice.
No, but that's not what you said.
Use our system. No, Zidane.
Where we disagree, Dwight. Nice try.
Zidane.
Hold on, Dwight. You said something alone. No, but you said something, Dwight, alone. I'm saying to you, that was never the reason why we disagreed. You didn't say put it in front and let them make a choice. You're insisting that if they do not choose to sign on and agree to the contract, you must disbar them from playing any regional cricket or anything of the sorts. That's what you said.
But if
that's what I disagree with.
No, Zidane. But if I am saying you have a choice, use my system, agree to use my system and repay me in case you make it big. How can the option be if you decide not to agree to use my system and come and use my system for free?
No, what do you mean by
repair? That make any sense?
What do you mean by repair you? Because if you're talking about...
No. I am saying to the player, use the West Indies Cricket Board system, which we have developed over decades. We know that it can turn into a professional cricketer. You can make money from it. We have examples of many cricketers that have used our system and have gone on to greatness. And the system is simple. If you make it big as a player, then I will have some games that I'll need you to play for me. And you're going to play for me at my rate. Now, suppose you say you don't want to entertain that. Then the option is you find your way to develop yourself as a professional cricketer. What is wrong with that? That's a choice.
No, the reason why I disagree with you is that you want the contract to be too long and the Western Cricket Board...
No. But it's my system.
Because...
It's my system. The system is owned by the West Indies Cricket Board.
Listen to Dwight Chatto. The main reason why I'm disagreeing with you is that because I don't want a scenario where the Western Cricket Board wants you to play regional cricket. They say, listen, we want all our players for a 3-week period to look at them in regional cricket because we want to prepare them for test cricket. And for that regional period, somebody wants to pay me $1 million to play T20 in Pakistan, and because West Indies say, listen, come and play regional cricket because you're contracted to me. Don't go and play in a Pakistan T20. You can't make the $1 million. Me no agree with you, do I, Chato?
But Zidane, at that point in time, then you go and develop yourself.
No, man, it can't
See,
work like
if you no, Zidane, you don't like my system. You don't like my system because you think it going lock you down.
Your system flawed.
Then don't use my system. Become a great cricketer. And you do what you feel like.
Your system flawed.
No. There's nothing flawed about it. What you don't understand is business. The business is this.
What do you mean we don't understand business?
No. The business is this.
It's business. We understand. We want the player be able to
wait
move.
A man.
When there's no West Indies
you know
game.
that you only look on this from one way.
No.
Every time you hear this.
No, but I'm saying
you look on it from. No, just hear me out. All right, you go on top. Let me hear you.
It's not one side I'm looking at it from. I looked at it from your side, but I don't understand with the length of your contract and the fact that you want them to be tied down and they have to do everything the West Indies Cricket Board said when they can make big money at club level cricket. But hold the line. We'll take a break. We're coming back.
BMOL Auto offers up to 35% discount on all new and used parts to all taxi operators, garage operators, fleet managers, and wholesalers. Take advantage of these incredible offers at BMOL Kingston, BMOL Santa Cruz, and BMOL Mandeville. Come in and check us or call us at 876-618-2781-3 or WhatsApp us at 876-872-9094. Conditions apply.
It is your right to know what you want. Information at your fingertips. It's for the man in the streets, for those in business. Information for everybody. No one has it, so you can use it to develop your community. Your right to know information at your fingertips.
A message from the Access to Information Unit.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and number one daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
All right, back with you, do I?
Zidane.
Yes.
Zidane, you hear me?
Yeah, man.
You have not put up a credible argument to reject what I'm saying because the player has a choice. The player has a choice. I'm saying the West Indies Cricket Board should live with the consequences if a player should decide at 19 that he will not use the regional system to develop himself professionally. He'll find his own way. That's what I'm saying. See? But bigger than this, you only look on this one way.
No, I have a problem.
West Indies Cricket Board.
No.
Hear me out.
Yeah.
Hear me out first.
Yeah.
Hear me out. You look on it from the angle of what the player, if the player should use the system and a big $1 million contract come up to him off the play for the West Indies Cricket Board and they miss out on that. You don't look on the fact that the West Indies Cricket Board invests significant money every single year on a regional tournament that makes them nothing.
Yeah, but
the only thing they're hoping to get from this
is
to identify players who can play for them.
But do I?
And you are supporting some. Hear me.
Do I?
You are supporting freeloading. You're supporting players who want to use the system for free.
But the West Indies Cricket Board only requires you when them think you're good. It's them choice that them say when they think you're good enough to make the 11 member team.
So what? So what? Them invest their money.
So what?
What is them invested?
But it's my talent.
Stop.
No, but it's my talent.
Zidane.
No, it's my talent, boss.
Zidane. Who is paying
it has
for regional cricket to be played?
It has to be 50-50. So 50% you
No. I'm going to ask you the question again.
I'm saying to you,
who is the investor?
I'm saying to you, may I invest my
Lord
time
of
as
mercy.
well?
Why you can't answer a simple question? Who is the investor?
Listen, not do it. I'm saying to you, it has to be 50-50.
So you're not answering that question.
It has to
Let
be.
me hear you talk some more.
It has to be 50-50. So yes, I invest. I help to develop your skill set as a cricketer. Then you are required to play for my team. But I'm saying West Indies can feed the players them in terms of when them stop playing cricket. So the club level cricket is the main way they earn. So I'm saying to you, it has to be 50-50. I must be able to get a league.
It has to be 50-50?
Yeah, for me to get a league.
Let me
Hold on, do I chat to? So hold on.
No, wait.
Do I hold on? No, I'm not done yet.
All right, let me hear you.
So once West Indies is playing an international game, then these players must make themselves available. May I agree with that? But I'm saying to you, otherwise, I think the players must be able to, once they see an opportunity to earn big money playing club cricket, they must be allowed to go without restraint.
No, which is why I am saying there has to be a window over which the West Indies recoup their profits. And I put down 6 years as the window.
No, that's too long.
After that, after that, if a player should decide that he doesn't want to play for the West Indies cricket team, that is fine.
No, 6 years too long.
No, it's not. No, it is not. You think so. Remember that player chances are is workless in the first 2 years and not scoring no runs in the first 2 years. See? So chances are for some men, 6 years is not even enough.
All right.
But the fairness is that at the end of the window, the player then becomes a free agent. Hear me now? The player now becomes a free agent, and the West Indies can insist that him play for him.
Hear this compromise.
What we put before you is a fair system. The player has a choice.
Hear this compromise.
At 18, whether or not he wants to use the West Indies cricket board system, or if he wants to develop himself as a player by himself.
All right, my boss. I hear you.
All right. We'll talk tomorrow. We talk cricket tomorrow. Cricket start tomorrow. All right. Respect to that.
Cool. Big up. All right. It's not a bramble position in my whole setup here, but I think the 5-6 years thing, they might talk about that. The 19-year-old must sign that. They are held by the West Indies to do anything they want cricket-wise. I just think it's financial suicide. Yeah, man. But once West Indies requires your service for the international game, then I agree that these players must make themselves available for those international games themselves. All right? 615-2841. That's 615 or 676-6968. We'll go back on line. Hello?
Hello?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Zidane. Orville is back?
No, in the bathroom.
Okay.
Come like a number 2, you know?
Good afternoon, listeners. Ace here.
Yeah, man. Yes, Ace.
Yes. Yes, Zidane. So, we just had the end of the NBA Finals, and OKC was able to take it home. Mm-hmm. But what was very interesting with that Finals, and it is really crazy how different teams they're following with different teams. That although this final was one of the best finals in a long time to basketball lovers and purists, is one of the lowest viewership. Mm-hmm. I mean, the New York and Boston matchup series had more followers, and also the Denver Nuggets and OKC had more.
It's two small market teams, and Indiana doesn't really have any superstar.
And that let me even worry about how well they would keep them team together for next season.
Yeah, man, them good for next season. Well, let's see. Let's see, because they have some young players who are got make sure other teams will become calling.
Yeah, you know what was crazy too when looking on the rise of SGC. I don't know how much persons didn't know. SGA.
Yes.
How many persons knew that SGA and Joker at one point was teammates? So imagine if the relationship with
they were teammates. Canadian, they were teammates where?
At Denver.
SGA.
Yeah, man. SGA was following closely behind Marina, the other Canadian. You know, they both also went to Kentucky.
No, sir.
Yeah, man. Check it out.
SGA was drafted by the Oklahoma City Thunder.
No, man.
He got there. He was drafted by the Clippers, and the Clippers traded the pick. They traded him. So they acquired him on the night of the draft. That is the Clippers, and they decided to trade him away for Paul George. So he has been at the Thunder all of his career.
I think I double check that.
No, I'm the expert. I'm not asking him about.
All right. Well, I know
because everybody laugh at the Clippers because Doc Rivers came out a couple of years ago and said he begged the organization not to trade SGA. He said that he saw and think this youth would be a phenomenal talent and he didn't want him to trade. But Kawhi Leonard insisted that he wanted Paul George to join up with him.
Oh, I thought that was given to the Denver Nuggets.
No, man.
All right. I'll double check on it, but I'll just take your word for it.
Yes.
Yeah, 'cause I know he was following closely behind Murray, who also, both of them went to Kentucky College.
Yes.
I know that for a fact. But also, I want to look at this whole situation as it regards to the whole business aspect. I'm 100% with you, Zidane, as it regards to it is up to the international body to better regulate what's happening with the sports in general.
Yes.
Same thing with the athletic association. I mean, it is, to me, it is a new venture for them as it regards to because the unique thing with athletics, is that it is more country oriented than club oriented.
Yes. Yes.
And so that make it have to be handled more. They have to look closer.
Exactly. So you're right, my boss. It's an excellent point from your east, because guess what? Jamaica produces high caliber, high quality athletes, and when they perform on the international scene, guess who gets the boost? Not the World Athletics, the governing body. So when you see in both and the Shelley Fraser and Ilian Thompson, they are Savapol, and these people are perform at Olympics and other major championship, you benefit. So you must help protect Jamaica.
Yeah, definitely. So they need to do more in that regard. Unless I mean, CC had brought it up once in his discussion, and at the point you looked at it as almost of a bramble discussion, but it's probably something they really need to look into as it regards to how can they privatize or make a franchise where athletics become almost like a club activity. Because if you notice, one of the biggest the biggest crowd generator in athletics outside of people cheering for them country is through sports days, through boys champs, is through affiliation with a team or with a larger body.
Mm-hmm.
So if they're unable to create that, then they have to always protect the national standpoint until they can probably have a sporting franchise thing develop where the athletes can generate money with still staying focused to their national duties.
Yes, indeed. Excellent.
That is because the Diamond League had helped that to somewhat, and I think that is the same thing Michael Johnson whole thing is doing, but they need more. They need to look in more to generate.
Yeah, the sponsorship needs to be greater and bigger.
Yeah, because what happened now, they now muddying the waters where the athletes know where loyalty is being out of the thing, and they're looking at money, and that is not right for how their sport is manifested and how it's run. It's totally different.
Yeah, they made a point yesterday, and this is the only way I would have a compromise. If you want athletes as a local joke track and field country and you're willing to spend, then the development aspect of it, I have to benefit. So you have to get we have to get millions as well and trickle down to the schools and all of that and ISA and everybody. So that's the only compromise I could have.
I 100% agree with that point as
so
well.
then it will come into our economy, the schools will be better off, they will even maybe produce even more athletes and all of that, and it will be better for the athletes while they're trying to get to the top level in terms of finances as well. So that's the only compromise I could have. So if the athletes are going to get 500,000, I think the J3s must get the money and then trickle it down to the other associations.
Exactly. So the country itself doesn't fully lose because that is the main on how the athletic association is run. Nationality, because you have to be affiliated with a national country in the athletics body.
Yes, as I say, we want to squeeze one more, but don't hang up, Talk to Asta, yeah? Don't hang up the phone.
All right.
Because I say we want to squeeze one more, so talk to Asta.
Okay.
All right. Talk to him, Asta. Yeah, man. We'll send through the other one. Hello? Hello?
Yeah, you hear me?
Yeah, this is Shipping Port.
Yeah, I'm big up Ross Butter, man. Ross Butter time with the fun.
The great Ross Butter.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
But with the bridging, I don't really know about that Denver thing. But I know when Kawhi decided to come back home, and they paid the big money to get Kawhi home. That's I think that's when SJ he went away in that trade.
Yeah,
I think that's the best thing happened to him. You know?
They wanted Paul George. And Kawhi was there, and Kawhi said, "I want Paul George." And you have to trade.
The best thing, more Kawhi a drink, man. The best thing ever happened to him.
Why you say that? Why you say that?
They want to win a ring.
Oh.
They want to win a ring.
So based on how well he played, I think he Well, Kawhi was
No,
always.
if he was a Clippers,
Oh, you're
if
right. Kawhi
both
is
of them
always
were at
injured.
Clippers,
No, you're right. Kawhi is always injured. So you're right. At the best
but
thing,
if both of them were at Clippers, me think he would have landed the ring. He would have landed the ring.
no, man, Kawhi is always. You're right, man. Kawhi is always injured, my boss. So the best thing between.
Yeah, man, I best thing I'm doing,
Yeah.
man. They would have carried a sick man there, so even though me think he would have do it still.
Nah,
But
man.
Them they would have get pieces.
No, you need that.
But-
You need that second option to be elite, man. You need that second option to be playing at a high level.
I want to get him on the button bridge in any time.
And that's why I mean rate man up because them win me back. I mean no say take a team effort. I rate it because of your performances. Right?
But if this Indiana team where a lot of people not giving no respect, Zidane. You have to give this team respect as well. You said they played from the starters to the bench, everybody contribute.
Yes.
But listen to the thing I like with Ali Burton now. Why Ali Burton always wait till third and fourth quarter to do him beat? We need to see him early in the game.
Well, the irony,
The
the
team
irony,
can-
yeah, you're right. The irony from a scoring standpoint, you're talking. The irony is that he started this game like a house on fire. So him flip
Yeah,
the
man,
script.
This is but that's overall.
No, you're
Yeah,
right,
this
man.
is what
I
we
agree
want
with you,
from
man.
him.
I agree with you, man. He needs to
Yeah,
assert
the team
himself.
carry the load for him, then him come late, come do him thing, and then him get the race.
Yeah, man. He needs to assert himself a little bit more early.
Important.
You're right. You're correct. I agree with that.
Yeah, man, you need to carry the weight from early, man.
Yes.
Get into the game. But we call back tomorrow, 'cause I see them on the button. and-
Yeah, man. All right, we might have cricket tomorrow, so you might not hear from us. But I know I'm going to see you Saturday at the big event.
I want to talk to, yeah, man, I want to talk to him, because the cricket thing, really want to discuss it with him.
All right.
I want to get Michael Kane in the cause I think they're not done in Michael Kane.
Yeah, man. We will. All right? All right, so remember, people, remember, listeners, Saturday, June 28th is long time. People them don't do any podcast. Say, yo, you're up on the radio, you're a big talk show host, man. Go make something big and out put people, nice, decent people come in the community. I will meet some people and thing, man. So we're going to have it. I hopefully, Bullseye no win it. Or no other water ports win, but they're doing the park team win it. But you're going to have neutral official Premier League referees down in the field. And one normal thing I keep it up. Bar will be open right away, people, from 9 a.m. So the people them can come and drink and watch football and enjoy. And the night people them, it's going to be a smashing event in the night. If you're a single person, don't miss it. You can come with the people them as well. But the single men, no miss what we're going on the night, June 28th, this Saturday. They're going to do in the park, Cadwell football field. All right, but join us tomorrow now if in case there's rain or something, but we should be having cricket tomorrow. West Indies, Australia first test in Barbados. All right, so long.
That's the Sports Desk for today. Remember to tune in and participate on the Sports Desk Mondays through to Fridays 1 to 4 p.m.